Well, if you find this video later, I'm out here at a secret spot. I'm gonna do some trout fishing. No idea how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try. But one thing I found cool is like this little fish in the tree, which is pretty nice. I'm surprised nobody took that yet, and I'm kind of happy about that. Usually us humans will steal anything, but look how cool that fish looks. I like that. Hey, what's going on, demon? I'm gonna go do some trout fishing. You see that? Look, I found this on a tree. Isn't that nice? I came here with my kids. They're actually playing basketball in the background. You can see my kids, and I'm gonna leave them there. Maybe we'll catch a fish. You never know. The only thing I forgot in my car, which I'm kind of upset about, is man, I forgot my trout magnets. That's the problem. The connection is actually unbelievably good. Oh man, I forgot my trout magnets in my car. That's no bueno. I think I forgot a lot of things in my car. Hey, Gilles! Salut, Gilles! Hmm. I am not happy about forgetting my trout magnets in the car. Well, whatever happens, happens. Maybe just gonna do some random fishing today. Maybe my kids will join me. Who knows? All right. Hey, DCP, what's going on? The old crew's here. All right, Demon. I mean DCP. I took my kids to fish with me. They're right there playing basketball. It's a nice area though. You probably know where I'm fishing. All right, let's try it. I don't know if there's fish here because they didn't stock fish here, but I think they might have traveled up here. Let's try it. I'm gonna walk this a little bit. All right, let's try it. I don't have my boots with me today. I just have the regular shoes. But look, I just had these shoes for my wife bought them for me a while ago. But look, I just had them. I just had them for. I was wearing them for just a couple of weeks. Look, they already came apart. See this? And these shoes are like 150 bucks. Really not happy about that. I'll super glue them, but still, shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. The water is still pretty low. That's what I don't like. The water is low. Hey, what's going on, James Factual? Yeah, not happy but you know what I bought yesterday? I bought Sims wading boots. They were half price. They're usually $300. I bought them for 150. So if they last me a couple of years, I'll be happy. I'm just gonna try. No hope, no guarantees today. That's for sure. We're just gonna have a good old time fishing. Oh wow, that flew far. So the wind must be pretty strong. Ow, the wind must be strong today. I didn't feel it. I'm just, I'm just doing the good old gob minnow. That's what I actually last year. I had 3 trout in a row around this area, all big ones too. All right, let me check on my kids real quick. Yeah, the kids are playing basketball. They're fine. Hey Jim, what's going on? You always want to go fishing? Well, you can go fishing anytime you want, man, as long as it's not frozen over. You can stop by Walmart, get you a $20 rod and reel combo, put on a little warm worm on the hook, and go fishing. That's how I started my fishing. I fished with a $20 rod for years. Fished with a $20 rod for many, many years before I started upgrading. Let me keep trying this. Like I said, I don't know if there's fishing here. They might have trolled up here. They didn't stock this place, but last year they didn't stock it either. But man, I was one day showed up here and I caught 3 gigantic rainbows that must have traveled up during the rains. They're all in one spot. What's going on, user Foxy Roxy? Nice. Yeah, I know of quite a few girls that like to fish and hunt. It's good. That means you were raised right. All right. 26 Fahrenheit? Yeah, it is cold. Thank you. Thank you, Edvin. Uh, yeah, I know. Demon. I don't know, Demon, are you going to go ice fishing in Poland? Jim, I like your new avatar, by the way. I like it. It's very fitting. Did you have ChatGPT make you that one? Yep. It certainly is fun. Fun, therapeutic, and quite cheap, unless you start getting into it too much. Like my budget for my fishing equipment was pretty low until I started really getting into it, and now I'm like, now I've started buying stuff from Sims, and it got expensive pretty quick. Yes, it is a flexible rod. It's a very flexible rod. Check it out. You want to see it? Look, whoosh. See that thing? It's a Daiwa Presso. You see that? It's an ultralight rod. To answer you, thank you for wishing us good luck, Adrian Matos. Your boy Clips 26. What's going on? I see you. All right, let me do one more cast, and then I gotta go check on my kids. They should be fine though. This is probably one of the safest, probably the safest zip code in the country. They pulled me over here, and I have a new car, and they just pulled me over here because they told me my windshield was a little tinted. They will not play with you here. I don't think anybody's gonna steal my kid. Oh wow, look at this thing coiling. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know if there's trout in these waters right now, but you never know. I keep trying this. I'm gonna go check on my kids real quick. I'm not really worried about my 13-year-old. It's the 7-year-old I gotta watch out for. He's a troublemaker. Might pick a fight on the court. Yeah, no, they're fine. Come on, Clips. You love fishing? Yeah, man. Fishing, fishing is a sport or a hobby like nothing else. Yeah, you see my kids, they're just the only kids hooping. It's cold here. It's about, it's probably 40 degrees outside right now. Um, it's a good spot to fish though. So my kids want to go play, and the gym's pretty full. My 7-year-old can't play at the gym because he's little. So I said, how about we go fishing here? I can fish, and you can play. So we made that deal. Let's see. I really want to fish a little bit more downstream, but let's try this spot. It's a beautiful little river. Oh, you're sick, Demon? I'm sorry to hear that. You're sick? Well, if you're sick, get well, buddy. I know you're probably drinking a lot of hot tea right now. That I know for sure. You're drinking hot tea or not? I will tell them hi from my fishing buddies. America 77. We are fishing in Somerset County, New Jersey, about about a mile and a half from Trump National in Bedminster. I don't mind telling people where I fish because number one, probably the safest place on earth right now, and number two, there ain't no fish here right now, so I'm not gonna blow up any spots anyway. But sometimes this place can get hot. That's why I stopped by here because I know nobody fished this creek in probably about 3-4 weeks, and we do have a lot of trout downstream from here. They didn't stock this place, but we have a lot of trout that we caught downstream from here, and we had some rain. So I was wondering if when it was raining pretty hard 2 days ago, maybe some trout traveled up here. And what I'm throwing, if they're not buying that, then they're not here. I'm throwing a gulp minnow on a. Thanks, your board clips. I appreciate it. Susquehanna. Susquehanna would be nice. No, we're in Jersey. We are in central Jersey. That's what I'm throwing, and this thing works here. It's the right color. It's like basically it matches the hatch. It's a baby shed basically. And when this thing works, it'll catch you everything. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna travel down the river a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I can see my kids. Yeah. Hey, let's see. Hey, Ronio, where's Ronio? I miss Ronio. Oh my God, hold on. Ronio, what's going on? I'm sorry, I missed you. Big time Ronio fisherman from South Florida is here. Him and Jim, my my fishing buddies of YouTube. Yeah, but they actually, you see that thing? They actually have horse shows here. Like I said, I'm fishing in a very well-to-do area of Jersey. So they actually have horse shows. It's like the fairgrounds where they have all these. Well, Florida guys also have a lot of horse. Actually, all the horses from Jersey right now, all those rich people I work for, they all send their horses down to Florida right now and North Carolina, from what I remember. All right, I see my kids. They're doing fine. Let's go cast. Let's go cast a couple of times. Nice. Yo, we got Gilles in the chat. You guys know Gilles from France? Gilles is one of my favorite visitors. He's like Kenny from South Park. We don't know what he's saying, but he always shows up and he's nice and he's always with us. We appreciate you, Gilles. Let's see. I even mentioned him in one of my posts. Oui, Gilles est français. Hold on, I might get stuck here. Give me a sec. Yeah, so I'm fishing with a Daiwa Presso, and it's a Daiwa Presso Ultralight. I don't like to flex my rods and stuff. It's not a very expensive rod. I know there's some guys that have $350 rods, $400 rods. It's I think it's the best rod you can buy under $100. It's like $69 or $70 on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it cheaper right now during Black Friday. But fishing's pretty tough. But I'll show you the rod for those wondering. It's a Daiwa Presso PSO 702 ULFS. And it's obviously ultralight, and the lure size is 1/32 to 1/4. I'm actually throwing a lure of my jig head is 1/64 of an ounce, but it has a Gulf minnow on top of it, so it kind of works out to be 1/64 ounce. All right, let me see. I don't want to bore the life out of you. Let me check. Let me go back and throw a couple more times, and maybe we'll take a little break, and I'll come back because I might have to take my kids fishing with me. I don't want to be too far away from them. That's great. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people watching us with their families. That's why I had to tone it down. The fishing streams, I really had to tone it. Like I wasn't bad at all, but because I was a fireman, I always have a potty mouth. especially because I worked as a medic. But I'm walking to a different spot right now, guys. Just stay with me. But yeah, somebody once said in my chat, he's like, "Hey, watch your mouth. There's kids here." And instead of getting upset at that, I kind of thought about it. I was like, you know what? That person's right. Because sometimes I'll watch Rania, and sometimes I drive my kids a lot, and we'll watch Rania fish. And yeah, I get it. And then I have to tone. I completely watch my language nowadays when I fish. It's not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. Yeah. Wow, look at that beautiful oak. Look at that. That's picture perfect, right? That's like from a Disney movie. No, there's no catfish in Fortune America 77. I wish there was a big catfish. If we were in Delaware River right now, yes, there'd be catfish there. You know what? Let me get around this oak real quick. And we'll try casting a couple of times. I don't want to. Look at this oak. Look at this. I could probably live here. Look at that thing. It's like, wow. Hello. Oh, wow. There's a hole through it. And it's still doing great. Is that even an oak? No, I don't think that's an oak. I think if this was an oak, it's probably crashing. Yeah, that might not be an oak. Oh man, I'm gonna post that video of fighting my blue heron to get my trout back today. It's just gonna be uncut. I'm happy that there's no video of me throwing rocks at the heron because I'm sure somebody would to report me because I just that wasn't a bite. Maybe that was a bite. So I'm sure if somebody trying to get my fish back from a bird and throwing rocks at it, I'd probably get reported. But that never happened. That never happened, and it's definitely not a video. Man. That was crazy though. I fished for trout for so many years in these streams, and I've always seen birds, but I've never seen such an aggressive bird just coming up to me and trying to take my fish. That was nuts. Sea drill, yep. No, Fox, I am not. But I mean, I might catch a red eye here, like a rock bass But I'm fishing for trout. These waters are stocked with trout, and usually I like to come here after about a month after stocking because the holdovers like to travel upstream. And last year I was actually working. I was working as a driver. I had my rod in my car, and they just stopped here for maybe like 15 minutes. I hit three huge rainbow trout. One of them was at least 2.5 pounds within basically 10 minutes. So I remember the spot, and I sometimes stop by here after everybody leaves. And sometimes these trout they'll travel upstream, and they'll sit in these holes. And hold on, don't like my bail. Jeez. And sometimes you'll get a good one. And what I like to use for them is exactly what I have on the hook. It's the Gulp minnow with a light jig, so it doesn't sink, it doesn't get hooked up. It's a little trout magnet, size 8 jig head. You can actually catch big bass on these too if you want. Truck driver humor, I know. Truck drivers are basically the same operating frequency as a fireman medics, or just firemen, or just medics. No, Fox, no wild trout. We're in Jersey, so we have a native brook trout, but they're small. They don't get that big here, and unfortunately, it gets too warm here. I'm sure we do have brook trout, but all the trout here is mostly stock trout, either brown or rainbow. All right, let's see. I'm going to change the spot one more time. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Thanks for talking to me. But yeah, I wish we had I wish we were like in Maine right now, where there's just huge native trout population. In Jersey, there's so much pollution that we still have our brookie trouts that are native to the region, but most of the time, they're super hard to catch. Yeah, nice, ice fishing. I like that. Nice. Yeah, Jim, I would love to see those pictures. So my setup is simple. I'm going to walk you through it real quick. It's not super expensive. It's not the cheapest, but it's a Daiwa Presso rod. It's an ultralight rod. It's very bendy. It's like a whip, um, but it has good feel. And I'm using a Daiwa Legalis LT1000 reel. And this thing is probably the best $89 I spent on fishing gear for the past 5 years. I absolutely love the Legalis. And I bought so many $20 reels in my life that I think it's actually, for me, I don't know how to fix my reels. So for me, it's better to just buy one more expensive reel and keep it and do, 100,000 casts with it than to buy 15 cheap reels. That's the way I think. I'm not saying it's the proper way to think, but that's what works for me. I don't know how to fix the reels. And all my cheap reels, except for Fluger, broke. I'm just going to stand on this. No, ice fishing is awesome, man. Ice fishing is something I don't have the gear to do yet, but my father-in-law goes ice fishing. They go ice fishing for crappie, and they absolutely slay crappie when they go ice fishing. I guess what helps is one of his friends has a life scope, and they'll basically, I'm not, there's different schools of thought on the life scope, but they'll drill a hole and put a life scope in, and he'll be like, no, there's no fish here. And they'll literally move 30 feet, and they just slay crappie all day with a life scope. I'm sure there's people that, like, life scope is not my thing. But if I was ice fishing and I was sitting there in the cold weather and freezing my butt off, I would like to know where the fish is. Yeah, no. It's buffering a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. No, it's me. It's definitely me. No, I listen, man. I respect you for ice fishing. It's something that I dream of doing, and hopefully one day will. And hopefully it's going to be in the next 5 years. I need to find somebody selling their ice fishing gear and just buy everything, including clothes and everything that they have. Because if I start buying everything piece by piece, I'm going to spend enough money to buy a used car. So yeah. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go see my kids because they're playing basketball at the court next to me. And I might be live again. If you guys want to take a second and give me a double tap on the screen, if you don't feel like I deserved it, I respect that. But if you double tap the screen, it'll give me a like. And once again, I was just trout fishing in Jersey. This is a Legalis reel, a Daiwa Presso rod, 4 pound line, gulp minnow, and a jig head. I'll be back live fishing probably in the next 45 minutes. I just want to spend some time with my kids. But yeah, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. We do live fishing at least 3, 4 times a week. I'm gonna run now. It was a pleasure. Ooh, look at that. That's one ugly mug I got. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. All right, and I'll see you guys later. I appreciate you. Hope you